Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 9, our Mardi Gras episode of Thinkers and Drinkers with Cigars. I'm Rich.
Jason.
And welcome back, everybody. It is Fat Tuesday. And folks, like every week, look down at that subscribe button, hit it, show us some love, and let's get into it.
Let's begin.
You've been in New Orleans, right?
I have been to New Orleans. Went down there. Went on a cruise. The wife and I got down there, and I'm trying to figure out how they're going to get this big boat down this river. And man, I tell you what, they did it.
Yeah.
And you can tell where the line is between the ocean and the river for sure.
That is one dirty river.
It is dirty.
I once heard that they took a plastic to water ratio from all the beads that end up in the water there, and it's kind of disgusting.
I'm sure it is. It is definitely a unique place. A lot of history.
Oh yeah,
a lot,
tons. And me personally, it is one of my favorite cities. I love New Orleans. I love the food. I love the jazz that's all over the streets.
The food is phenomenal.
Gumbo and some grilled oysters.
Yes.
The best.
Yeah.
Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday. Mardi Gras actually means Mardi means Tuesday, and Gras means fat. So that's why we call it Fat Tuesday. And it comes from this pagan ritual back in 1,000 years ago.
The pagans?
Yeah, the pagans, when we were converting them to stop worshiping dirt gods or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
always the pagans.
They couldn't get them.
It's always the pagans.
Always the pagans.
Remember, that was the pagans. Remember Dragnet with Dan Aykroyd,
Tom Hanks,
and Tom Hanks,
and they dressed as the pagans.
Yeah, it was pagans, and it was people against goodness and normalcy. That was great.
God, I can't believe you remembered that.
I am full of useless knowledge.
That was a good reference.
That is great. I love that movie. Dan Aykroyd was hilarious.
Jesus.
Yep.
All right, so they were trying to convert, but they couldn't, I believe they didn't want to burn the pagans that didn't want to convert, so they gave them this holiday right before Ash Wednesday. So you do a whole bunch of sinning, then you go to church the next day.
Yeah.
And you get that little ash dirt on your forehead. The first American version was in 1699. When was our country even established?
Wow.
God.
Like 1776 or something, I think.
That doesn't even add up.
See, I mean, good knowledge. I don't have a lot of useless knowledge. 80s, 90s, 70s movies, songs. I'm there.
You ever been to Mardi Gras?
No, we missed it by like a week. Yeah. If you'll notice here, we are not in New Orleans now, but we are having
God, imagine if we were on a porch filming in New Orleans.
There would be a lot of pagans there, I feel like. People against goodness and normalcy.
As long as I get a good po' boy.
Yeah. Yes. Huh. Wow.
All right, to celebrate, we actually found a box of Mardi Gras Abita beer, which here it's sold out. I guess this town is celebrating Mardi Gras because we got the last box. And this is a beer that's out of New Orleans, and this is a Amber Bock-ish beer. I know you don't particularly like it.
Yeah, I'm all for trying.
Mm-hmm. Kudos to you.
I could drink this.
Yeah, it's got a good like caramelly kind of taste to it.
Especially if I was in Mardi Gras, and well, I could drink it.
Drink like the locals.
Yes, I could.
Mm-hmm. A nice plate of oysters or crawfish.
Oh man, crawfish would be good.
God, a nice big paper table of crawfish.
Yeah.
All right, how'd you pick these?
So I will admit, I was not uh, doing my due diligence this week on our prep for the show for getting cigars. I was running a little bit behind. I stopped tonight at the Gold Leaf Cigar Lounge
Right here in town.
right here in town.
That'd be
and-
weird if it wasn't in town. That's such a stupid thing for me
Right.
to say.
So ran in. I couldn't really find anything to Mardi Gras, but when I walked in, I did notice the black label trading company
Yeah,
cigars
it's a cool skull on
with
it.
the skull on it, and I was like, well, you know what? That screams Mardi Gras to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy them.
Yeah, we're also
Glad I did.
Yeah, these are really good.
They are.
They're very medium bodied.
Yep.
And yeah, I can't say enough good things about this cigar.
Right.
For us trying this company for the first time.
Very good. Good choice.
Let's get back to food. What's your favorite Mardi Gras New Orleans food?
I would say I'm pretty much a gumbo person, you know.
Man, I got to keep my eye out for those.
Right? You know, lose an eye like that. I imagine there's some people that have lost an eye in New Orleans from such a thing. I couldn't imagine not. But no, I would say the gumbo. I do like the po' boys. I'm really partial to those. But I mean, you know, I'm a little, you know, big boned. I like a lot of food.
Yeah.
You know, so New Orleans is definitely a great
to
place.
The ribs food. Mine's a etouffee and crawfish. Love a nice thick etouffee.
I think we should do a crawfish boil this year.
Yeah.
Buy one of the
big boxes.
The things, you know. And then there's that one guy, that stale cracker guy. Have you not seen that guy?
No.
There's a guy, I think his name's Stale Cracker.
That's the best name I've ever
heard. And he's got a thing where he sells, it's a seasoning and everything.
Oh, yes.
Now you know what I'm talking about?
I do. And did you ever watch them clean crawfish from live to...
No, I haven't.
That's a gross process.
But yeah, I think we should do that this year, you know.
I wonder how many of us outside of you and I like crawfish.
Probably nobody.
Yeah, it's just be you and me.
But we'll be the great thing will be when I fire that thing up and the HOA comes knocking on the door. Wanting to know why there's a fire in my backyard.
I have never personally been to a Mardi Gras, but I watched the parade, and it's not down on Bourbon Street. It is down on the main strip that's parallel, and I always just wanted to see these big, beautiful floats. And they're called crews, the groups, and it's spelled Krewees, not like a CR.
Okay.
And they put on the parade, and that's for the families. And you camp out, they throw beads and candy, and you just have this big festival, and then the light, you know, it turns dark, and then Bourbon Street, it's all boobs and beads.
Well, and then they got to wash the street down.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember that, them washing the street down in the morning, and believe me, they have to wash it down.
Oh, yeah, it's disgusting with urine and puke. Yeah.
So is this the only place where it's legal?
Yeah.
This holiday?
Mm-hmm. And they have throughout the whole year, open container law. Oh. So you could go and walk around. You could actually buy a bottle and walk around with the bottle, which is cheaper than going drink to drink.
Yeah. That seems like the place to do that.
Oh, yeah. And then you stumble upon a jazz band that's on the corner. Then you have a beignet.
And what's a beignet?
It's like a more seasoned donut.
Okay.
And they put the powdered sugar on it, and you have a chicory coffee with it. It's the best.
I think the what I remember the most about being there was, you know, the ease which it was to walk around, you know, town down on Bourbon Street. The amount of history, the cemeteries with the huge monuments that they had, and being able to, there was a set of steps. I don't remember where it is. It's been years ago,
Mhm.
but there was a set of steps that was outside, off the road, and they literally went down into the water.
Mm.
And it looked as if one time there was maybe the shoreline was a little lower,
Mhm.
and now the shoreline
It's gone up, yeah.
is gone up 4 or 5 steps.
I believe that's right by the ferry station, which is cool that they have the trolley station.
Okay.
And it's cool that they still have the trolley cars running through the streets.
It's a great place for history if you want to go.
Mhm.
If you can stay sober long enough to learn some history and then go to Mardi Gras, then at least you've accomplished something.
And they have a big bourbon history too.
Yeah, they do.
That's where the ports were, where all Kentucky trains went to ship out.
Okay.
And that's where the carameling process in the barrels started, was because that long train trip in the barrels.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a great place to go and visit.
Mm-hmm. There's also what they call the Mardi Gras Indians, and
it's raining Mardi Gras beads, but
I know
I'm not being hit by any of them.
Lucky you.
I do believe our producers are having a little fun with this evening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have on my protective eyewear tonight, so I don't lose an eye.
I should have worn goggles.
But
I noticed you're wearing our new shirt.
I am. A fan had reached out to me and proposed this, and I was like, yeah, why not? I really like them. I ordered some in white and some in tan.
I love the tan ones.
And Stacy was great to talk to with this, and I encourage go to Lynn James Creations on Etsy if you like them, if you think they're funny, and
or you want to promote us?
Promote us, yeah. We don't get anything from it, but,
no.
But but it's a really cool shirt, and I think she did great. Had a few design ideas that she was running past me to say, maybe put some on the sleeves or some stuff,
and some sayings on the back.
I drink bourbon, so therefore I know things, or yes, I have a cigar and I know more than you.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
We got merch.
Yes.
Let us know what you think of our merch.
Does that mean we'll have one of those buttons now where you push it and it sends people to stuff?
Yeah, we could set up our merch button.
Okay. All right.
So this cigar is called Royalty. And every year they elect what they call the Rex King of Carnival, which also Rex means royalty. So there's a good tie-in with the cigar that you picked. Yeah.
Mistakenly got lucky then.
Happy accident.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not totally sure where the bead throwing started. If you guys know, let us know where the bead throwing started. We're getting pelted left and right here with beads because we say Mardi Gras. Which could be a drinking game for this episode if you guys want.
I would say there's probably many different versions of where the bead throwing came from. I would think that we'll probably get a ton of comments on that about this is where it started, or hey, I started. I'm the first guy that threw the beads. He
was born in 1994.
So,
but it does correlate with girls showing their boobs, which is another weird tradition. If you would want to call that a tradition,
I would say that's probably tradition. I think they've been frowning on that kind of stuff though lately. I mean, it's kind of tamping it down a little bit,
which is good because it's kind of dangerous for women.
It really is. I mean, there's a lot of weirdos. So yes.
So the most covenant thing to get is there is one of the crews. They're the Zulus. They've been around forever, and they paint coconuts. And getting one of those is one of the covenant prizes to get thrown 2 from one of the parade floats.
Do we know the purpose of painting the coconut?
Not at all. I did no research this week
Okay.
for any of this stuff. My wonderful producer did all this research for us, and she did an incredible job. All right, so we just got a note from our producer about where the coconuts came from. If you guys did comment, thank you. But one of the first crews was an African-American group, and they used to just throw out these coconuts because that was their gift. And people were keeping them. So they started painting them as a souvenir.
Oh, okay. That's a rather unique souvenir.
Yeah. Painted coconut from the Mardi Gras parade.
Right?
That's it.
You ever tried one of the king cakes?
Never heard of it.
They put a little baby, bake a baby in the cake.
Plastic baby.
Yeah, plastic baby. Yeah, not a real, a plastic baby, not a real baby. That
You gotta make sure you clarify that stuff, Rich. You gotta make sure you clarify it.
And
We'll be getting comments that we don't want.
yeah. And if you got the piece that has the baby in it, it's supposed to be good luck. But you could also break your teeth.
Very much so,
on
I
a
would
plastic
think.
baby in a cake.
Yeah.
So now companies that make the cake, they keep the baby separate, and you have to put the baby in the cake. I don't know why I'm doing this with my finger. Just shoving
the baby up in the cake. Yeah, it'll get you in trouble too.
Yeah, so the company doesn't get a lawsuit. You choke
Right.
on the baby.
Right.
Plastic baby.
But all in all, New Orleans is a great place to go and visit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you can enjoy the beads, you can enjoy the parades, you can enjoy the seafood.
Oh, yeah. And what are those big grenade drinks that are green and the big tube? You walk around the street with that.
I've seen those. I remember those.
It's all fruit and sugar.
Yeah.
Mm.
Great place though. Really great place.
A couple of great musicians have come out of New Orleans. Louis Armstrong.
Really?
Yeah. Harry Connick Jr. If you guys know the locals, Kermit Ruffin. He is a renowned trumpet player who's known all over New Orleans, and one of my personal favorite trumpeters.
Trumpeter sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would, I mean, and we talked about music a little on the last episode, and I feel like music from there and the grassroots origin of that music and what the folks down there are still playing
Birth of Jazz
is still so much better than anything that's on the radio now.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, I would rather listen to that any day of the week.
I love a good New Orleans jazz.
I just, it's just, it tells a story, and that's my biggest thing is music like that tells a story, and it should.
You know what a second line is?
No.
It's this traditional funeral procession that they do down the streets when somebody dies, and it's all brass that just plays music as your coffin is going down, and they say that that person is coming home.
Okay.
And they have this big party and this music that's going down the street, and that's what I want for my funeral.
That's how you want to go
Yeah,
out?
I want the second line and then everybody to have a roast and make fun of me. And that's how I want to go out.
We don't have to wait for you to go out to make fun of you. You know?
We'll have the roast episode.
I can roast you on the next time we go out.
Kudos.
So we don't have to wait that long. But yeah, I don't, I mean, to me, I don't know. I would just chuck me somewhere out in the woods. I'll be fine.
Let the deer eat you.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Some badger comes out of the
Yeah,
woods.
I just don't feel like I need all that, all of that to say, Jason was here, now he's out. Just chuck me out. You can play some jazz music,
drag you in a big plastic bag.
right? And I'd be fine with that because
Yeah.
who
You're dead.
am I going to complain
Yeah,
to?
you're dead. Doesn't matter. Who you want.
Yep. But to wrap up again.
Before we wrap up, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we've got a little candle for ambiance. And it is a Kentucky bourbon scent. Now, if you guys take your phone up to your nose, you could probably smell it.
I will try that when I watch this. I will definitely.
Because we're at Aroma Vision.
Right. But just to wrap up, go to New Orleans, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Mhm.
Just be safe.
Yeah. Yes, be safe. But that town has such a wonderful way they deal with tourism. Every place I went to, everybody was so helpful. There are a lot of scammers down on Bourbon Street, which I got caught on one. Guy approached me, and I was wearing these unique Converse. And he's like, I could tell you where you got your shoes for $10. And I'm thinking, oh, God, it's in Palm Beach. There's no way he's going to know this. And he said, got them on your feet on Bourbon Street.
You gave him the $10.
Oh, I had to because his group was closing in if I didn't. So I got scammed. So watch out for the scams.
Good deal. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us this episode.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And cheers. Happy Mardi Gras, everybody. See you next episode.